Lesson 34 is about adding mixed numbers. We're also going to talk about rates and ratios. Now, our first problem is to add 2 and 3/4 plus 3 and 1/8 plus 7 and 1/2. Now, in order to do this problem, we know that when we add a fraction, we need to have the same denominator. So the least common multiple of 2, 4, and 8, well, that must be 8. So we're going to rewrite. We're going to get 2 and something out of 8. Plus 3, and, well, we already have 1 out of 8, plus 7, and something out of 8. To figure out our new numerator, we're writing equivalent fractions, so 4 times 2 is 8. Double 4 to get to 8, we double 3 to get to 6. 1 is half of 2, so 4 must be half of 8. And now we can solve. In order to do this, we're going to add our wholes first. 2 plus 3 is 5. And 5 plus 7, well, 5 plus 7, that must be equal to 12. So the whole part looks like 12. Denominator stays the same, it's out of 8. We have 6 plus 1, that's 7. And 7 plus 4, 7 plus 4, that must be equal to 11. So we've got 12 and 11/8. And that looks like our answer, but it's not. And you should realize that because 11/8 is an improper fraction. So 11/8 is really the same thing as 1 3/8. So to find our answer, we're going to have to say 12 plus 1 3/8. And that gives us 13. 12 plus 1, that's 13, and 3/8. Now we finished our problem. We can box it, move on to the next one. Key thing here is to find that least common multiple of your denominators, then rewrite your fractions in order to simplify, reduce, and solve. Let's look at our next problem. Here we want to add. We have 528 1/3 plus 7,142 3/4. So for 3 and 4, the least common multiple of 3 and 4, that must be 12. Because if we skip count by both of those numbers, that would be the first one that they have in common. So we're going to get 528 and something out of 12 plus 7,142 and something out of 12. Now, we've quadrupled 3 to get to 4. So if we quadruple 1, we get to 4. I think I said we quadruple 3 to get to 12. So we quadruple 1 to get to 4. We're going to triple 4 to get to 12. So we triple 3 to get to 9. And now we can answer our problem. Let's work it on the side. We have 528 plus 7,142. 8 plus 2, that's 10. We'll carry our 1. We have 7 in our tens place, 6 in our hundreds place, and 7 thousands. So we've got 7,670 and something out of 12. 4 plus 9, that's 13. So 13/12 is really 1 1/12. So we're going to get 7,671 and 1/12. Because when we have a problem like this, we want to make sure that when we have a mixed number, we have a mixed number and a proper fraction, not a mixed number with an improper fraction. Waldo bought 5 toys for $40. What was the rate or ratio in dollars per toy? Now when we're looking at what Waldo did, he bought 5 toys for $40 and we want dollars per toy. Per means divide or a fraction bar. So $40 goes on top because it's dollars per toy. $40 for 5 toys. And we've got our ratio written, but we want to reduce. So we're going to divide by the greatest common factor of 5. 40 divided by 5 is $8. 5 toys, 5 divided by 5 is 1. $8 per 1 toy. We've got our final answer. We could box this one and move on to question B. We always want to reduce these rates or ratios whenever possible. What was the rate or ratio in toys per dollar? So this one is going to be the reciprocal. So toys, that's going to be 5 toys per $40. We already know how to reduce that. We know it'll be 1 toy is going to be equal 1 toy per $8 because we just used the reciprocal, because the problem asked us to solve it in the opposite way, or write the ratio in the as a reciprocal, because it said toys per dollar rather than dollars per toy. Lesson practice will be on page 113. Make sure you got your notes complete, and I'll see you during our next class.